Hi, and welcome to the Trucking Scribe. It's Esther. Today I'm going to show you my August glue book that I made. We're going to do a walkthrough of that, kind of talk a little bit about it. I'll show you how to use junk paper, magazine pages, and scrapbook paper to make these two journals. So this one's going to be my September glue book. This one is just an extra right now. In the video, we talk about collage in the front, about putting little corners on it. I show you these pages. I did collage two pieces right here with you, but it's just hodgepodge of different scrap paper that I've collected, and this is a magazine cover. So I hope that you enjoy the video, that you come along with me this month of September as I work on this glue book with you guys, and let me know what you think. Come over to my Facebook group, Junk Journaling with the Trucking Scribe. We're doing a cottage core theme for September, which is fairies and mushrooms and gnomes and forest and cottage. Also, I'm going to have an ephemera in the wild thing going on for the whole month. Every day I'll post a new picture of what we're looking for that day. Say I'm looking for glue. So I'm looking for this here or this one out in the wild. So I would take a picture of it sitting here on my desk. I think there's postcards, envelopes. So be on the lookout for that. I'm going to try and get it up on Instagram also so everybody can participate. But it is going to be hashtag ephemera in the wild. I'm going to put the information up on my Facebook group, Junk Journaling with the Trucking Scribe, on my website, the Trucking Scribe, and then I'll have it here. Trying to figure out if I can do any reels. But anyway, I will let you guys go so you can get to making your September glue book. Thank you and enjoy the video. Hi. So I made this little glue book. It's my first ever glue book. And it's made, the cover is a large envelope. Let's see if I can find one. So my cover is one of these envelopes. I took and decoupaged some tissue, papers, and stuff underneath, and then I used the window and I put her there. Then I decoupaged the inside of that. But I'm going to show you a really quick way today because I'm running today, but I wanted to get this out since tomorrow is the 1st of September. So this is my August. I did fill around and I put some beads on the sides as I stitched it in. Like I said, I decoupaged the cover, put her face in there. I decoupaged the outside. And actually, these are scrap pages that I had that misprinted. So I just took and collaged that on the inside cover. Then this is just a little pocket. Here's a page I had. I glued this down to it. So here you'll see I started just gluing stuff. Little tags and pockets and stuff that I got. So it's not a full glue book, but it's getting there. I found this in a magazine. I thought, I love gnomes. And over here I found Halloween stuff. And I just picked pages to get started. This was a page I was going to throw away because didn't use it, but I put it in here as a page to glue on. Same thing here. I collaged the back of this one and put this magazine page. Went through magazines and I got pictures to go in here that I liked. This is from a catalog, and I used some scrapbook paper to make that little pocket. Here is some more misprints. He printed the wrong direction, and then on top of that, she printed this way on the back. So I left this and put the butterfly. It's just a punch butterfly on there. This little thing is something I made a while back, but you can see where it was, paper was cracking, so I had been holding on to it. This is from a catalog also trying to sell me stuff. I just sat and cut these out and glued them on. This came from the same one. I'm wanting to say current catalog. Can't remember. But I just started gluing. I have some notes throughout the month, but I'm not a very big note maker. So this I collaged under it with different, this is my collage holding box that I keep in with my book. And basically I've just pulled out some stuff, scrapbook papers, digitals, whatever that I thought I might like to throw in there. And if I was working on something one day and I had extra stuff like these, I was working on some little pockets, I put those in here to use. Magazines. This one's magazines and a little scrapbook paper of what I was working on. The back of this one is actually a picture, a digital that printed off the wrong way, but you can see it came out good as a background for that picture. Same thing over here. I just put stuff I like. This one I took black and white, really black, and I collaged the back of the picture, and then I put this field one in the dog. I found that dog and thought he was cute. And then this is just some packing paper that came along, a brown lunch sack. I cut this out and glued it on there. Here's a grid kind of glue book that I was doing in one day. And I put that picture on it. Here's a page that I put in at the beginning of the book. It actually is a scrapbook paper here. I made a origami butterfly. This is collaged. So I just took scraps of paper and put them on here like this and glued them down. And I used, where'd my glue stick go? I bought a big bag of Amazon Basics purple glue stick. It is like 50 or 60 in there for, I want to say under $15, and I have used these like crazy for this because it's mine and it's not going anywhere. So I said, I'm going to try this. So here, I'll show you what I do. Is I just take and they can be cut out already into shapes like these, and you cover and you just do a little design. I think these are Tracy Fox ones, I'm not sure. And one thing that I have found is I'm using like a credit card to smooth those edges down so they'll adhere with this here. So I could put this one on there. and just keep layering from the stuff that I have. So I definitely want to walk you through here. So I got a couple of empty pages. This is one of my digitals that I made. I put in the middle. Had some M&Ms, and I had, well, the M&Ms was in a magazine, and I had to put that picture in here somewhere. So here's some more of those tags. This was a messed up digital. You can see down here the ink when it was printed got messed up, but it worked good in my book. So then I took and put a picture of a church. Here, I love this picture, so I glued the whole picture to the page and made it a fold out like that. These are some more pictures that I found in books. My grandson and I went to La Fiesta restaurant for his birthday. This was his menu, and I was writing to him happy birthday on there. I liked that. I found the bee. I've been eating Pop-Tarts. You can see this page is from my printer checking the ink levels. I had itty bitty minis, some more magazines. James helped me cut these out, and so he glued them in for me and put his name on it. The cat from the magazines. All this is from magazines that I just picked up. These are just paper digitals that I had laying around. This is a misprint on this side. So you can see I just put pictures that I liked in here. Here's the other side of that junk journal July. I have and that's basically it. And I've had so much fun with this journal for August that I'm going to make another one for September. And I wanted to work with you guys and see what we could do. Since we're getting into the fall colors, I'm going to look through here at these browns, see what I might like. I think I like this one. So, to give you some ideas of the pages that we can put in here, this is just a flyer thing that comes in the mail for local businesses. You could use this for some pictures or wording. I'm looking for some pictures. It doesn't have as many like this one. You could just cut the dog out and have that as a focal point on one of your pages. This living room would look good in one. All of these, you could cut the words out and just keep the little parts. You could do food. Then I could put this in here. Upcoming events, there's flowers. I mean, this is just something that came in the mail every month. So, for a cover, I figure you can use a big envelope if you want an 8.5 by 11. This is a 12 by 6. You just fold it in half and it would be your cover. So I'm gonna so if you look, this envelope And this piece of scrapbook paper is 8.5, or 8.5 tall. Did I do this one at 9? Wait a minute. I'm sorry. These two are 8.5. No, 9. Excuse me, 9 by 12. 9 by 12. Something else you can use as a cover is a big magazine like this. You could take and actually get quite a few covers if you're going to glue over them. Let's see, I might use one of these. And this paper here is very thick. It would be great for a cover. Should just tear the whole thing out and quit tearing up my paper. So the reason I chose this particular picture out of that book is because when I fold my cover, that could be my front page. I think I'm going to trim this one more time. So we have, this is a cover. I'm going to try and get 2 covers going. So I've been saving all these misprint stuff from work. And I'm going to fold them in half. I have some calendar pages that I'm going to put in here. Some of them I wrote on, but I'm going to put them in there anyway because I'm going to glue on them. Here is my first printout of the mini Second Thought journal. These here are work papers that I just printed, and they were extra or they had a wrong date or something on them, so I'm saving them. Because now when you start using work papers, make sure that there's no personal information on it that gets you in trouble. But I use the misprints for my journal. That way I can glue all this stuff in. So here's something that I did. I don't even know where my staple remover ran off. So this was a syllabus from last year for school. I'm just going to fold it in half. Like I said, these are going to be glue books, so you're going to be gluing over all this stuff. Or if it's something you like, you can still put it in there and not glue over it. This is just really a junk journal is the way I'm doing it. And as we go through the month, I'll try and do some videos on how mine's coming along and stuff. And this one, see the outside right over here. If you wanted to throw in an old envelope that you had, like this, it can go in there too. This would be perfect also. Let me see. Let me get this one. Looks like it's smaller. And for me, this is a junk journal. It is not something that is going to be given to anybody else or sold. So I have fun with this. So I don't have to worry about everything looking a certain way or what. And like I said, what I do is I take pages from the work that I'm doing on a certain day, and I put those pages, I collage them on here, so I kind of have some idea. And if you look, I think I showed you, I tried to put dates. Right, here's one, there's one on this stuff. You can't really see it because I wrote them. That way I knew what was going on that day, and this is my form of journaling. Okay, so now we're ready to make a signature real quick. We've got all these pages. I'm going to start with the center page and just start layering. So I'm going to layer it like that. I'm going to remove these. And it really doesn't matter what you're putting in here. I just trying to get a little bit of everything that way that I can maybe I don't want to cover up this particular page. Maybe I want to keep it. I can do that. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. So I have 15 pages in this signature. I'll lay it right here with this one, the second set of papers. And I'm going to put the black one in the middle since it's in there. I'm just going to start checking them in. These are different weights and stuff too. So I chose this envelope because it is taller, but what I liked about it is it has a tab up there that can stick out from the top of your book. So you could put it like that. And then when you put your cover on, you've got an already made tab, and you could trim that down a little bit if you wanted it to come down to right there. So I don't know if I have any more like that. That's just one that came in the mail. So I've got my signatures out of just scrap paper. I'm not going to do anything special to my covers. Well, that's why we have the, I might not use that one. So see, that will cover up all of it. So you can go ahead and do it like this, and the other thing you can do is take a piece of lace and glue on the edges, and it will actually cover up where you don't see that extra hanging out. because for this particular one, that's the way it cut. The other option would have been to do it this way. Let me see what I got over here. So I don't want to cut this shorter, and I want to show you guys how to do this right now. So what you could do is you could take this and go this way and cut your outside of where it would cover the whole thing, because you can collage on the outside too and make it thicker. So I don't need that much. What I'm doing is I'm just leaving a little bit of an edge. And then I'm doing it. So right there I would make a mark. I want to cut here. I'll give a little bit of clay and room. And then actually this side is about right. Put your fingers out the way, because I'm sitting here like, oh no. So what I'm doing is just folding this one in half. If you look, it should give it room now for all this to fit in here. And you still got a little bit of an overhang right here to help as you put stuff in it. So I like that one. You could take this page to add in there. If it was a magazine that you were really liking, you could put it in as a page. So we're almost done. We have 2 journals here. Well, I don't see my smaller awl, so I'm going to use my bigger one. So what I did here is I punched 3 holes. I don't know if you can see it. No, I did a 5-hole on this one because of the beads. But I'm going to do a 3-hole punch. What you do is you take your papers, make sure they're heading in the direction you want them. For me, in this one, it's not as much of a problem which direction, because I'm going to glue them. I'm going to move that one down about middle ways and just kind of place these where I want them. So that is all of my pages for this journal, including the cover, are all attached. And I'm just going to hold them together with this. See how I put that on? And I'm going to make sure that that is in there. So I need 3 holes. I'm going to start about 1 inch from the bottom, and I'm going to punch all the way through, I think. This awl is too big for this. See, I got a hole right there. And I'm going to do another one right here. You can see it right there. Normally I do not have all this trouble with the smaller one. Let's see if I can find it here in a minute. my envelope slid, so when we get done, we'll fix that. So this is waxed linen thread. You can get it on Amazon. You don't have to have it. That's why I used the baker's twine over here. You could use pieces of old fabric type, made into strips to tie it. So what I'm going to do is basically the same thing. I'm going to start here in the middle, that middle hole, so it came through a lot easier. Pulling this up about right there for now. Now I'm going in this top, in the bottom, and then we're going to go back in the middle. So again, I'm going to put one thread under that, one thread on the other side, and I'm pulling this way, not this way. I'm pulling right to left until that tightens up. Check your thread. So now this one's ready too. The front cover is not as sturdy as this one, but like I said, you can start gluing. So depending on how you want to do yours, I cut some of mine straight down the I cut them straight. Some of them I tore. So I'm going to start with this one. That way you can see the difference in thickness. All I'm going to do is put this right there. So while I was getting my little card, because I couldn't find my other one, these are some pages and pieces of cardstock that I just have worked with over the last month, and I'm going to use them. So I'll show you how to do the cover the cover this way, because I really do want it to be a scrapbook kind of a collage of different things. That way you can see how it's just what you have in your area. It's in your environment, your home, your work. Just make sure that it's not stuff that might have somebody's personal information. Junk journals way back when started because paper wasn't made like it is today. So they just used what little pieces of paper they could find and would glue them together or tie them together and write on them, just oddball little strips. And even they may not tie them together or glue them together. They may have just put them in a box and said, this is my so already you can see, you can feel the difference on that. For some reason I'm going with these pinks right now, but you can do whatever colors you want. For next month, I will try and show you how to make it from an envelope and decoupage. Maybe I'll get ahead of the game next month. a lot this month. Let's see. This one is not laying down like I want it to. Now, if these don't stick good, I will come back with my Barely Arts and put some on the edges. Like I said, that this doesn't even have to be perfect because this is a glue book for you. Or you can use regular glue. It's just totally your choice. So what I'm going to do on this corner, on this edge, is probably wrap it around so you're not going to see that thread anyway. Just going to yeah, these are great to take on vacation too. I have another one, I don't know where it's at the moment, that I went to Florida and I just threw junk papers together and I stapled it. I did staple that one. And I took and picked up advertisements along the way to decorate my journal with. But this is just relaxing. It's a freeing kind of thing, like my slow stitch quilt that I'm having so much fun with. It reminds me of this. Just glue it and go. No big worry about it. You're just doing what you want to do, and even if you don't like it, you know what? You can still put something over it, glue something else on top. And I've wondered if making glue books out of old magazines and stuff would be something that would interest anybody to buy on my Etsy shop. I don't know. I'm just very undecided about that one. So if you have a comment or what would you do on that? Would you buy a glue book from a used that looks similar to this, you know, that's using magazine pages and stuff, and maybe the cover's fixed like this, but then you get in the inside and it's just a Mod Podge of everything. And I don't have a lot of great success with the glue sticks, but I'm learning if I really push that down, it seems to help it. And what I have here is a page that was on the back of a shipping label. So I just decided I would use it for gluing today, and it works good. It's small. I'm going to put it right there. See where I went off the page a little bit? All I got to do is trim it off. So my book is already strengthening up pretty good. Let's see what I want on the edges. And for this one, I am picking up mostly heavier cardstock here. I don't know why, it's just what's in there. I really want that shorter. I'll put it right across there then. I just want something that's a little bit fatter or a little bit bigger to go right there in that corner. See, I just trimmed all these down to fit. I like that one. Could use the brown. I think might look good. The orange, either one. I got orange. So you are layering over your work, which really in the end my book got heavier and thicker as I worked on it throughout the month, and I'm still not done with it. I can add quite a bit more stuff. And I am going to add just a little bit of glue here because that's a corner and it's not wanting to lay down quite right. And like I said, this is the thicker cardboard, so sometimes it just cardstock. And just put a little bit under it or lay a book on it. Look right here, that's so what I would do with this particular thing would be to lay it out. So you could have like a little so you can decorate this front however you want. So then when you go in, you don't have to trim these. I just do the way they look a little more uniform. And then I just keep going. So I've got my cover, and let's say if I didn't feel like doing this part today or this back, I could just go in here and pick one of these and start gluing down. This is basically what I do. Just sit there watching TV at night with my basket, and I just start and this is really so much fun. I'll just lay them wherever. One thing I did find in my journal, last month's clue book, is that I didn't necessarily need to do the middle like this here. There's some under here. So you can think about it and decide if you already know what you want to put on it, and then you just put the outside. But I didn't come to that conclusion till the end, and I really do like the way that this feels with all the different layers. We can go in and put words in here. We can put lace, ribbons, just all different kinds of stuff can still be added to this book. So I'm going to stop here. I wanted to show you how to just get your book started. And see, I'm going to have to put wet glue on this one. be patient with it, especially if it's that kind of day at your house and nothing wants to glue right. I think what I'm going to do though, because I don't like this sticking out the bottom, so I'm going to trim that. So what I'd like to do is just kind of fold it up to there and glue it down. That way I still got my pocket, and I can come in here and I'm going to use wet glue for this. So now I have a pocket. I have a tab that I can already made in that I will cover it with something. So get your glue book started for September. I got these on Amazon. They weren't, I don't remember how much they were. I'll link a description or a link below for you. And they were real easy to put on. You just would, so you put that, they're flexible. You just stick them on. Let's see. What color did I have last month? Gold. I think I'll go with the silver this month. I like this one too. More of a fall. I'll do the bronze. And I was surprised at how easy these were to use. I just took Fabri-Tac. You see right in here, I'm going to try and squeeze some glue in there. You don't necessarily need a whole lot because it will squish out if you put a lot in there, I noticed. So I have my glue. I'm going to take my corner and I'm just going to stick it on there. And then my fingers, I can smash it down. Or what I did do, I think, was use my scissor handles. Because I don't like using my... And you see, this is what's going to happen. So let me glue a little piece right here so that covers up that section. And then put that on. And I'll wait and put these others. No, I can go ahead and do them. So you do need to have little edges for the corners if you're going to glue them on there. Still fit now. All the way. So all I'm going to do now is just tap it. And I didn't do it hard. Let me go ahead and glue some stuff on this corners and I'll finish that up so I don't have it sitting here. Excuse me, I got the sniffles today. all this paper's upside. Okay. I'm going to do the last three the same way, is just put some glue in here. Start on the outside of my book and put it on each corner. Put too much glue on that one, so I'll wipe it off. I like these book corners on mine. I was surprised. I'd never had book corners, but I saw Gail putting some on some of her books, and I thought, well, you know, I need to try that. I should be banging it on the other side. And one more. Okay, now you can see, let me find my little red. Watch, I picked it up and put it in there. Okay. So you could have decoupage this cover. I'm going to leave mine like it is. I could put something like that on front. It's not big enough. That maybe. So we'll talk about some stuff to go on the fronts next time. But that's the beginning. So we're going to find our scrap papers that we're going to use, misprints, old calendars, just whatever. You can use magazine page for the cover, just like I did. Or you can use scrapbook pages for a cover. And you may choose to collage on the front. You may not. I'm going to collage this part. But grab you some old papers and junk mail, some string and glue, and make a cover. If you're new here, thank you for stopping by. I hope that you'll come back by again. And so you get notifications, hit that subscribe button and the like button, and let me know what y'all think about my glue book for September. Thank you and have a great day.